Want a break from the ads? Want a break from the ads?
Hello folks, it's David again, and if you would like a refresher, we are in the dawning of a new era on my channel, and it's Glass Cube! How awesome is that? You might have seen in some of my previous videos that I was wearing a shirt that ordinary people don't see. It's not just that one you might have come across. I also uploaded a YouTube short inspired by Kaby Lame, I think that's how you say it. And I was wearing a rather colorful shirt. And then a bunch of other outfits made their appearance on my channel as the year went on. Well, folks, it isn't just a YouTube thing. It's something I developed outside of YouTube. It all started when I was playing with the custom soundboard app on my phone, and I saw this advertisement for 3D printed shirts by a company that I was not familiar with called Light in the Box. I don't recall the first time I ever saw this ad. I think it was a few years ago. But I kept on wondering, are those products even real? If so, how will they look on me? And so, in January of 2022, I finally purchased one of those shirts on Light in the Box's website. That exact shirt came in the mail on March 21st, just a month and a week after I turned 20. I tried it on and it looked fantastic. That was the shirt that started it all. Now, I decided to wear that shirt on March 27th of 2022, the day that I taped my second reaction video and the first elevator video on my channel, as well as April 9th. But later in the year, I got more shirts from that same platform when I downloaded the Light in the Box app, including the shirt you're seeing right now. This is the same floral shirt that I wore on Christmas Day of 2022, and on my neck is a golden chain necklace that I also got on Light in the Box. I think it must be because I know a few rappers that wear chain necklaces like Shantell. If Light in the Box is the only brand that I got my fancy clothes from, then I am afraid you're mistaken. Wait until you see more of my fancy clothes, okay? This here is a pair of smoky topaz slacks that my mother got me from Banana Republic, in which I also have a silk white with black striped shirt from that same company. I personally think that those slacks go together with that floral shirt. My mom wears blouses with floral designs, and it kind of inspired me to get a floral shirt of my own. Not only that, but I was also inspired by Vanna White, who wore a yellow-orange dress to kick off season 39 of Wheel of Fortune, the season that began a fresh new era for Wheel. And just you wait, folks! There's more outfits that I can't wait for you to see. Take a look at this one. This is a white plum and teal plaid shirt that I got from J. Crew when I went on vacation to the Outer Banks. These matching corduroys, not khakis, are also from that same brand. I like to wear these kinds of clothes when I'm going out with friends or spending some time with some of my family members, like on Thanksgiving Day. Speaking of which, you folks might have seen me wear these on Thanksgiving Day already. I'd like to give my opinion on this combo. I think that those clothes would make a great street outfit, especially since they come from J. Crew. Those clothiers also make those casual summer clothes that guys like me would wear when they're, let's say, playing golf with friends. And actually, my great Aunt Bibi, Grandma Vivian that is, likes to play golf, especially at the Outer Banks. As I was saying, I could be a fashion model advertising for J. Crew, wearing the exact same shirt and pants. I wore this on my first day of taking local classes at Community College of Baltimore County, CCBC if you will. I also wore this to Dave & Buster's when my mom's coworker Billy was retiring from PNC Bank. But you'll never guess what I also wore to that occasion. My Sgt. Pepper jacket! Now come on! What else were you expecting? I mean, I personally think that my Sgt. Pepper jacket goes with pretty much all of my dress clothes. But as you know, there are exceptions. I can't wear a jacket like that if I'm, let's say, going to church, because that would be kind of distracting for the people around me when they're trying to hear the priest giving a sermon. I can, however, wear this one. Unlike my Sgt. Pepper jacket, this doesn't have golden embroidery. And unfortunately, neither does it have real pockets. The only real pockets it has are the ones inside the coat. Same thing with the gray blazer I wore to kick off the new era of Sgt. Pepper RP60, but that one also has a tiny narrow pocket of which you can put a pen in. This one though, I got it from Express at the Towson Town Center, as well as this black sapphire dress shirt you're also seeing. There's only a slight difference in contrast between this blazer and my Sgt. Pepper jacket. Apparently this is maroon, but my Sgt. Pepper jacket? That is mahogany! This is a jacket and a pair of matching trousers that I also got from J.Crew, but this time it's the Kennett Square branch. I got the jacket and pants as well as a forest plaid dress shirt the day I turned 18. That was obviously before the pandemic hit us hard. But right now, I'm not wearing that plaid shirt, but a colorful plexus shirt that I got from Light in the Box, as well as one of my grandpa's ties. This is the outfit that I wore on the day that I turned the big 2-1, except that I wore corduroys of the same color, because the trousers didn't come in time. I ended up wearing this exact outfit to CCBC the day after. I told my chemistry professor that I was wearing this because being 21 years old is a major milestone for me. I had to change out of that outfit afterwards because the trousers had just come back from being dry cleaned that week. And if you think that this is a birthday thing only, well, I was also thinking about wearing that to Mom and Dad's wedding anniversary dinner. I think Mom and Dad are liars. They said they planned the anniversary dinner, but then they would keep pushing it off and eventually they just do not do it. But anyway, I don't usually wear socks these days, but when I do, I would prefer the kinds of socks with individual toes because I heard that they are more comfortable and reduce foot odor. However, I'm not going to go into detail about that. Let me show you a few more casual clothes. Look at that. Now, chances are so many people are going to ask me this. Oh, do you like to wear pink? Is that your favorite color? It's magenta, you idiot! But yeah, magenta is in fact my favorite color, as you might have seen it in the intro. Anyway, this is just another casual look, and in my honest opinion, this one also looks like a good street outfit, at least for the spring. And by the way, this is exactly what I had changed into on the 16th of February. It happened to be the same day that this shirt arrived in the mail. I did get it from Light in the Box, but the jeans, Old Navy. Usually when my parents buy new clothes for themselves or for me or my brother William, they wash them before letting us wear it. In contrast, I just wear those new clothes right out of the gate. Now again, I wouldn't wear this shirt to church, especially to a funeral procession, as it is a rather vibrant color. This outfit is pretty casual in comparison to this one. This is the outfit that I wore on Christmas Day. I wanted to wear this because, well, I wanted to go with the fancy gentleman's look for the day, something that would stand out on a festive occasion. To me, Christmas Day is a very special occasion, which is why I got to dress up for the day. Coincidentally, I also got the silver gilet and trousers as Christmas gifts, as well as a pair of comfy pajama pants and a matching shirt. And so if you really think about it, it is kind of interesting to actually wear your Christmas gifts on Christmas Day. Here's another outfit in which I wore the same gilet. Take a look at this. You folks have never seen this one before, but this is the outfit I wore when I was getting my gaming PC Storm up and running and connected to the internet on exactly the 11th of January 2023 at exactly 11 a.m. because it runs on Windows 11, of course. That's a lot of 11s. I might as well call this combination Bloom 11 because it strongly resembles the colors of Windows 11's Bloom wallpaper. Both the gilet and the cyan shirt came from Nordstrom, but the tie was another one of Grandpop's ties. However, since it was getting cold that day, I decided to swap the gilet for a blue sweater that I also inherited from Grandpop. Of course this looks very stylish on me, like I could wear it when advertising a Microsoft product, but I think magenta would suit me better for this outfit. Oh, looks like I've teleported. And wait a minute, this isn't the right pair of pants. Much better. This is another outfit that I wore when I was recording my video of You Know What. I also wore this to dinner at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse on Easter, plus my gray blazer, and I slipped my feet into these loafers that I got from ASOS Design. Obviously, this outfit was inspired by Aquarian Skunk, due to the sharp collar and the gilet. The pants, though, I wanted to get a pair of blue pants that are not jeans, since I have another pair of jeans that are darker than the ones you saw previously, but those are skinny fit and frankly bad for my knee pits. Sometimes I wear these pants on special occasions, like a formal gala. On occasions like those, I always have to be the best dressed. Let me show you what I wore to Shantell's 25th birthday gala.
We're waiting for you to
By the way, Shantell Wilson is one of my mom's friends from PNC, whom you might have seen in my new items. When I came to Shantell's gala in this outfit, I did not know I would represent it. The party apparently had a rose-themed feel to it, because of how special of an occasion it was. I also wore not one, but 2 gold chain necklaces, and this golden tie that I got from an antique shop on Virgilio's 25th birthday party, in March. Oh, and these gator boots, which also came from ASOS. Speaking of Virgilio's birthday, I also wore that same shirt, pants, and boots on that day, but I wore my Wheel of Fortune tie that I got as a Christmas gift. Like I said, it's always me who has to be the best dressed to a friend of mine's birthday party. As the saying goes, you gotta dress to impress. That makes sense because fashion statement is my thing. Here's another way my passion for fashion came about. I am an artist, and artists are meant to impress their viewers through masterpieces, colorful or grayscale. I choose to dress in numerous colors because if you've been hearing around that we people seem to care less about colors, it's not just in your mind, it really is true. So I am trying to change it. I'm trying to prove people that color is what keeps our world spinning. Hey, color is a big part of the new era of Sgt. Pepper Art 60. More colorful, more content, more 3D graphics, more fancy clothes. Now going back to the subject of garments, if you want to impress your family or friends, get yourself into bright colors while you may. Be like me, look the best you can ever look. Whew. It's summer, so I wouldn't recommend wearing these kinds of clothes during hot seasons. When it's really hot outside, I can wear clothes like these. This is another floral shirt that I got from H&M, and it's pretty thin compared to a bunch of my other t-shirts. These days, I like to wear the shirt with short shorts. I have 2 pairs of these, the first of which is dark blue. On the day I filmed the elevators here, I was wearing the navy blue shorts, as well as a chartreuse t-shirt from the North Face, and these gladiator sandals. I must have been inspired by this piece on DeviantArt, and wanted these same sandals. Now, I know for a fact that it's usually much hotter on the West Coast than it is on the East Coast. So, since I'm planning on going to California in August, I might need to wear this kind of clothing combination, as well as put on some sunscreen. Oh! There's a few things I forgot to show you. Let me check a few poses in the outfits I showed you. Good afternoon, Chemtech. This is David the Fourth. What can I do for you? Now I've got other special shirts just for the sake of looking good as I go. This is just another Nordstrom shirt, and if you were watching my premiere video from the 8th of November 2022, you'll remember that I wore that shirt in the first few scenes. May I remind you, I don't just wear fancy clothes every other day, I also wear fancy clothes on traditional holidays like Christmas, like you saw already, as well as Independence Day, which I don't have with me, but I can show you a picture of me wearing it. This shirt that I'm wearing is called a Henley shirt, mainly because of the button-down design, and it has a print of the American flag on it. I wore it in honor of Independence Day, and I will be wearing it again this year. You can also see the short shorts and the gladiator sandals in this same picture. The last outfit I like to show you is this. This is the shirt I wore on St. Patrick's Day and the day after, in which I announced that my old videos are not deleted, but in the playlist titled Previous Era. And if you think this is not St. Patrick related, wait until you see the pants and belt. See what I mean? There is a problem that I have with certain articles of clothing I purchase online. They take a long time to arrive like these did. In fact, they kept getting delayed according to Amazon. They were gridlocked, for lack of a better way to put it. But since I'm Irish, I was obliged to wear green, otherwise I would get pinched. I think I'm gonna have to pinch you, Kara!
Ow!
On that day, I had a chemistry lab, but I did manage to wear a green t-shirt, and so when my lab was finished, I decided to change into this exact outfit. So, I was wearing all green on that day, but not all green. According to my mom, this shirt does not pertain to St. Patrick at all, and I think that's very blunt because it has green and gold, the latter which resembles the gold in the leprechaun's pots of gold. Don't snap at me about this next time around, Ma. Go touch some grass. So, is that it for the day? Well, that concludes. Wait a minute! There's one last thing that I'm missing here. The final outfit is... Behold! This is what I officially title the Sgt. Pepper Octa 60 uniform. This one is my personal favorite of all of those outfits since it has polygons. One time, my mom called this the fire shirt just because the orange polygon contours kind of looked like flames, and then when I acknowledged it, I replied, I guess the dark blue looks kind of like coal or charcoal. I went to get this kind of shirt for my brother William or my new best friend Virgilio Tan, as well as a Sgt. Pepper jacket like this. But yeah, this is the definitive outfit for this channel, since I have an aesthetic for geometry, and the outfit itself is pretty high in contrast. Hey, not only do the shirt and pants match, but so does the tie. As you know, I wore this exact outfit on my 21st birthday party, which was 2 days after, and since being 21 is a milestone for me, like I said earlier, I wanted my party attendants to come in their best uniform so I could decide who was the best candidate out of them all. Guess who it was? Me! I consider myself a narcissist for saying so. I think that this outfit is so fantastic that it makes me wonder, how would it look on some of my friends? If they wore the same uniform with different colors, would that make us Sgt. Pepper Octa 60's Lonely Hearts Club Band? Think about that. My cousin Mikhail sure would look great in an outfit like this. I would very much prefer to wear this on very special days, such as my return to RIT next spring, or maybe when I turn 22. Although, I'll wear a red dragon shirt in place of this polygon shirt since next year is obviously Year of the Dragon! I'm thinking about recreating this outfit when I get a job at fashion design. I mean, I'm so in love with this outfit that this should be an actual costume. No, I'm just kidding. But how awesome is this? When people see me in this outfit, the first thing that comes to mind is Sgt. Pepper, or musician. Why yes, I am a musician. And I could be the next Sgt. Pepper if you think about it. Just like I said at the beginning, this is the shirt that sparked my passion for fashion, and the rest is history. Hopefully, even more fancy clothes will make their appearance in future videos on my channel because I'm fashionable as can be. That concludes today's vlog. What was your favorite out of all of those outfits? Feel free to comment. Let me strike one last pose for you. Fabulous! This is Sgt. Pepper Octa 60 signing off. Anytime now. And then a bunch of other outfits made their appearances on my channel. And then a bunch of other outfits made their appearance on my channel as a year on. Wait until you see more of my fancy clothes, okay? Now I have a pair of corduroys that are just about the same color, nearly the same color. They're not khakis though. And I think they personally go with this shirt. Watch this. This is a white Thanksgiving Day, Speaking of which, as I was saying, I could be a fashion model advertising for J. Crew, wearing the exact same shirt and pants. I wore this on my first day of taking. Focus on me.
I think I did it.
Okay. That'll let you know it's recording. And right. This one. Forgot to scroll at the top. Oh. Careful, you might inadvertently touch that. I'll edit that out. Would you mind pausing or muting that? Now again, I wouldn't wear this shirt to church, especially to a funeral procession, as it is a quite a mouthful. Lower. Oh, it's gonna die. You folks have never seen this one before, but this is the outfit that I wore. Glasses. I might as well call this combination Bloom 11 because it strongly resembles the colors of Windows 11's Focus. On occasions like those, it's be a little darker.
Wait till you see it, Jerry. It's quite impressive. All right, you got another.
What is this for, David?
Oh, that's for my fashion blog.
Oh, yeah?
He's got a fashion blog. Yeah, he's got on YouTube. We'll send it to you.
See ya.
Take care, Jerry.
Well.
Thank you.
Focus on me. I would very much prefer to wear this on... No, now is not the time. Year of the Dragon! I'm sorry, sir. We're just,
Go ahead.
Maybe I'll stand next to this plant.
忘れられないの春風で揺れる花手を振る君に見えた新しい街のこの寂しさいつかは思い出になるはずさ